we are going to be jumping in and discussing everything that has been shown about the new film, Dragon Ball Superhero. So there's been a few trailers, there's been a few teaser images shown, and yeah, we're just going to talk about it. So, do you want to get started? What do you want to talk about first? There's a lot of stuff that's been shown that's interesting to talk about, so I guess pick something, go wild.
I think the biggest thing for me and the thing that I've been hoping on is that basically it's confirmed now that it's going to focus on Gohan and Piccolo.
Yeah.
That's where the heavy focus is going to be.
Mm.
I mean, Akio, who's basically one of the super producers, he's the one who said it. He's basically said Goku and Vegeta are going to be off dealing with things away from the front lines of this. Obviously, the front lines being this film.
Yeah.
And Akira Toriyama's had a very high level involvement in this film. He was actually doing writing for this while Broly was in production. And I mean, you always want your main man involved in this.
Yeah.
So it makes the difference. And I think, to me, finally getting that focus on Gohan is big news. I think it's important, and I think Akira's involvement will definitely make the difference. I think they'll stay true to form with them.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for that.
Yeah, me too. And yeah, also I'm also very happy that Gohan is the main guy. He kind of deserves it. It's been a while since he's been focused on, even in the Tournament of Power, he was team captain, but he was a side piece again. He wasn't the main focus. He didn't really even do anything too interesting in the Tournament of Power. So yeah, it's good that this movie's going to focus on him and everyone who is the Gohan fanboy who they want Gohan to shine. They've complained ever since ever since the Cell saga ended, over 20 years ago. Well, probably close to 30 years ago now. And yeah, finally he's getting some shine.
Well, the strange thing is, I was reading some articles, obviously, before we had this discussion, and I was saying how some people were soured by the fact that he didn't follow in Goku's footsteps, and hearing from Akio that he's taking this route will appeal to a lot of people. And I mean, at the same time, it's soured. It's like, I mean, we've discussed this. Is like, I kind of like that he had his own path.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, it was discussed in our hot takes and everything like that not everybody just went down the fighter route, and he got to be his own person, that he's always been since the Saiyan arc, that he's not Goku. He's never been Goku. He's always been this pacifist who's always been forced into it. But so now I like the fact that we've got to have that Gohan, but there is a genuine purpose for him having to fight. So, like, during the Freezer, when he came back to fight, it was because, again, Goku and Vegeta weren't there. He had to step up, but he hadn't trained, so he got whooped. Yeah. So now it looks like that. I think seeing all the visuals and everything like that, and seeing him in the Piccolo gi and everything like that, I think he could be the one that's training Pan. I think now. I think because he said in previous things that he thinks he needs to make sure that whilst he's being a family man and everything like that, he needs to make sure that he stays strong. And he needs to be ready for any threats. And I think that he's kind of embraced that a bit in this new film.
I'm gonna have to take a different approach, I guess. When I see, because in the trailer it does show Pan, you see her standing on like a field or something, and she's like powering up, and it's kind of teasing her she's going to turn Super Saiyan. Who knows? But as soon as I seen that, I was also thinking, well, who's there with her? There's got to be someone. And I didn't think it would be Gohan. I thought there's two people in mind. Well, I guess three people now, thanks to newer teaser images. But I was thinking it's either going to be Videl, because Videl hasn't really had anything to do for a long time. She is a fighter, she knows how to fight, and she was taught how to use ki. And being another female in the film, it would make sense for her to train Pan, I guess, as she's her daughter and stuff. It would make sense. So I thought it could be Videl. And now, thanks to the new teaser images that just come out, which we'll discuss a bit more, It could also be Goten and Trunks, maybe as well, potentially. But Goten, because Goten's related as well. Um, getting your kind of uncle involved to help out train, because I guess Goten is Pan's uncle. Yeah, that is how family trees work. Yeah.
Well,
So.
I've just thought two thoughts there. Well, being that Gohan is the pacifist and Vidal's not the hothead anymore, they may not want her fighting full stop. And Goten, being a wily teenager,
Yeah.
may sneak in and on the sly be training her.
Yeah.
So
Especially since
yeah,
there was a time jump, as it's been shown now,
yeah,
because Goten and Trunks are teenagers now.
yeah.
They kind of need to explain that, I guess. They can't just act like nothing's happened. They're definitely going to go a bit in depth and explain what's going on there, what these two have been doing, or what they're doing now. Are they in school like Gohan was during the Buu saga? That type of thing. Who knows? Maybe they're going to show something like that. But I think it could be Goten training Pan, just because Goten was originally the youngest Super Saiyan. Um, and this would be a good thing to just show off. Pan is probably at talking age now. I don't know how old exactly, maybe about 3, 4 ish. I don't know. She still looks very, very young. But yeah, Goten can basically show off and just be like, I was the youngest Super Saiyan. I'm going to train you to be the new youngest Super Saiyan. And yeah, that's how I could see it going.
I've just kind of had a flashback of, if you watch the Videl training montage with Gohan, if you actually watch it when she's starting to manage to fly for the first time, Videl, if you actually watch the images, I'm kind of thinking Driver's Head, I may be remembering wrong, but if you watch them, they're incredibly similar. So they may use it as a throwback. So it may actually be Videl.
Yeah.
Because they'll use it as a throwback to exactly how she did it, and it might be like a shot for shot. So after this, I might go look, and I might like reference it next time in the next podcast, and just say that it was in fact that, because it kind of focuses on her, and then it focuses on like her feet, and I'm pretty sure that's exactly what they did. They focused on the grass spreading out, because I'm pretty sure that's what they did in the trailer. I think it's right,
Panning up
something
to
very
show the key, like surrounding
yeah,
a type of
powering
thing.
out. Yeah. So I might double check that, but that would kind of be a nice throwback to Z. And then that would also hint to me towards it more being Vidal than anybody else. But I think it literally could be any three of them. I think Goten to just be cheeky and do it because Uncle Gohan wouldn't. Vidal because and Gohan because he's now training and he's happy to train his daughter alongside. It could be any of them. I don't think there's anything out yet that makes it a solid yes or no to anybody.
Yeah, I mean, it could also be Piccolo. Who knows? Since Piccolo is
True,
just
it
chilling.
could be. Yeah. Babysitter Piccolo. It could be.
Yeah, but
it could be like again a further throwback to when he trained Gohan.
yeah, exactly.
And he could just be continuing the trend.
Yeah, maybe Piccolo
History
kidnaps
could
Pan
train them
and
all.
then trains her up on a mountain or something. Who knows? But there is a lot of stuff to discuss about what's been teased. I don't want to focus too long on one particular thing. So another thing which has had a lot of people talking is the inclusion of Broly in the film. He is shown for maybe 2 frames of the trailer, and he's also been shown in some images too separately. But yeah, Broly's back in this film, and it looks like he's training on Beerus's planet with Goku and Vegeta. So what do you think about that?
I think it's bait.
Ooh.
I think he's not going to be in it. If they can't have Goku and Vegeta in it, I think they're going to have him in it about even if as much as Goku and Vegeta. I think if they're not going to have Goku and Vegeta on the front lines, they can't have Broly. Because at the minute, you could very, very, very easily argue that Broly could kick the shit out of Goku and Vegeta quite easily. And he would just annihilate anybody in the Red Ribbon Army, arguably. Obviously, we don't know the power levels that are going to come at the minute, but literally Broly was just unstoppable in the
Mm,
last film. And if you just bring him in, and he's not a bad guy, he's definitely not a bad guy.
yeah,
He never was. He was just
rage problems.
yeah, he was just confused and unhinged.
Mm,
And I think they were friends at the end of the movie.
yeah.
He just wants to be left alone.
Mhm.
Paragus is gone. He doesn't want to work with Frieza. It's bait. It's definitely bait.
I also kind of agree with this. I think Broly will be lucky to see more than 10 minutes of him in the film. I think there's going to be well, maybe even just one scene of Beerus's planet, and they're not even going to go in depth as to why Broly's there or anything. He's just going to be there chilling, training, and something's going to happen because I know Goku and Vegeta aren't the main focus, but they're definitely going to be in at least a few minutes longer than Broly. Um, so I think something's going to happen. Maybe Goku and Vegeta leave, or they decide to stay. But either way, Broly is definitely going to be staying on the planet with Beerus. So I think that maybe Whis has found a new destroyer that maybe
Ooh,
Whis is going to
I
be
never thought of
training
that.
Broly because why else would he be there? Of course, Goku and Broly made some sort of friendship towards the end of the last movie. So he's definitely there to fight, but as friends and on Beerus's planet as well, it would just make sense that he's also there to train. So they're not just going to be there and just be like, yeah, do what you want to do, but we're going to train. Like he's
Yeah.
definitely there to train as well. So I think there's going to be a scene where Whis is training Broly. I could see that happening.
Well,
Um,
that would be interesting to see, because I think basically if you don't see much Goku and Vegeta,
hmm.
you're not going to see much Beerus and Whis,
Yeah,
unfortunately,
I don't think they're going to be
um,
much either.
unless you see it in the comedic sense,
Hmm.
such as them coming to get food off Bulma and stuff, which I always like a bit of that.
Yeah,
That's
me
fine
too.
by me. You always get a bit of a good banter from Beerus and Whis, so I'm happy to see that.
Mhm.
I wouldn't be surprised if you saw more Beerus and Whis than you do or the same as Goku and Vegeta. But
Mm.
now the Broly thing, 100% bait.
Yeah.
I think it's just to get people's attention
Mhm.
and everything like that. With the red ribbon side of things, he can't be that involved. He's too powerful,
Mhm.
especially when they've said that it's going to focus on
Gohan.
Gohan and Piccolo,
Yeah.
because Broly could annihilate both of them like that.
Yeah, exactly. I completely agree. I think they're gonna tell you why Goku and Vegeta aren't around. It's gonna go over to Beerus's planet, show you what they're doing, and that's gonna kind of be it. Maybe Goku and Vegeta return right at the end of the movie, to be like, "Wait, what? What's been going on? What have we missed?" And then that'll be it. Um, but yeah, I also think Broly is bait, very much so. Other things that we see in the trailer are, of course, the two new potentially bad guys, maybe good guys. Still haven't completely figured that out yet. It seems like they're probably bad guys though, which are Gamma One and Gamma Two, which are like
Yeah, they're the red ribbon androids, so
yeah,
they're the bad guys.
yeah, because
Yeah,
it makes it too obvious that they're the new bad guys, but also it's like on all the promotional pictures and stuff, you see everyone together, and you see that little fat guy who I don't know if he's been named or not yet. If he has, I can't remember his name, but he's obviously dealing with the Red Ribbon Army stuff, and he's also in like a superhero outfit, and they're kind of chilling. So I think this guy who's from the Red Ribbon Army, he is going to be acting like a good guy, especially for maybe the first part of the movie before revealing his true evil intentions or whatever. But he's going to be going around as a superhero or whatever to get the attention of Gohan and whoever else. And Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 are going to be like, the bad guys. But they're going to be acting like good guys for some of the film, but they're going to be the ones who are dealing the damage for a while.
they're going to be acting like Sandman, basically.
Pretty much, yeah.
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 Because I mean, it's basically I was just looking at the synopsis, and it's basically they've made two more androids,
Mm.
so it's basically like it's those two,
Yeah, and
and
you see,
they're probably going to fuse. And based on that promotion material and stuff that's been on Twitter, it looks like they're going to probably fuse into another cell.
yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, it's basically Silver Surfer Cell. He's back, and I think this is also bait. Okay.
You reckon?
Yeah, I really, really do. Because they've shown this image. Yeah, they've already teased Broly. They've teased everything else. They're now teasing the Trunks and Goten being older. And it's like, how much can they really do in one film? Yeah, I get it. Okay, Cell could be the main bad guy, but I also think this is just bait, and he's not going to be around long for all. Maybe it's going to be a last minute transformation from these Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 guys, fusion into Cell, and then there's going to be bits with Gohan, which will be a lot of throwbacks. Maybe another one arm Kamehameha, who knows? Maybe it's Pan doing the Kamehameha, who knows?
Well, I had a thought about that. But on just a very quick side note in relation to bringing them back, I would like to point out that every main arc villain from Z is now back or in Super. Every
Yeah.
single one, bar Cell.
Yeah.
Vegeta, Frieza, Boo.
Yeah.
It's only Cell who's not. Androids, sorry, both of them as well.
Mm.
Only one who stayed down is Nappa and 16 and Raditz, obviously, but Raditz is.
Don't jinx it. Maybe 16's
And
coming back
no,
now.
no, Nappa. The thing is, like, they're obviously not afraid to do it.
Yeah.
And I mean, to be honest, there is some very good potential. Like, there could be a beam battle
Mm.
between Cell, and they could, again, this time Gohan could be losing, and you
Mm.
could have Pan come in to help him win.
Mhm.
You could have Goten and Trunks come in. You could have the inevitable Gotenks, which we'll talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's so much potential there that I don't think it's anywhere out of the realm of possibility for it to happen. There are two androids, and the history shows that multiple androids tends to lead to problems.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
fusion's a thing. We know it is for the
Yeah.
androids, even for canon and non-canon films. They
Mhm.
like their fusion of androids.
This is why I think it's bait, because I think these two androids, Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, are going to be really powerful on their own, and they are going to put up a huge, huge fight. And if it is a fusion to make this Cell, or if this Cell is a completely separate character, I don't think it's going to be around for long at all. I think, like, yeah, maybe like what I said, Pan could get the final kill, just because she is training, and I think there's a very strong possibility she's going to go Super Saiyan. So I think she could get the kill here and prove that she's like the next in line. Like Gohan was that rumored next in line. Goten is completely ignored at all points, but he was the first, the youngest Super Saiyan. So maybe Pan is the one. She was flying as a newborn, pretty much. So why not make her extremely powerful, and she gets the kill, and then Gohan's like, "That's my daughter." Wow. Yeah.
I'd be interested to see her, see what her voice actor and everything's like,
Yeah.
because I can't imagine they'll be using the same ones from GT and stuff.
Mm.
I imagine they'll sharp change.
Yeah.
Because this will be the first time we'll hear her talking.
Mm-hmm.
As because I know the American release is in the summer, but I'm assuming that's the American release of the Japanese voice. Is it?
I have no idea. I'm not actually sure about that one.
Yeah. Because I know it's Japanese release on April 22nd, and then it's coming to America, but I can't imagine the American dub would be that quick.
No, I don't think so. It'll probably be later in the year.
Yeah, I think it's just available in America that quickly.
Yeah.
But everyone will VPN it in.
Yeah, definitely.
To watch it April 22nd.
Yeah. Other things we need to mention, we kind of mentioned it already, but Trunks and Goten being back and being teens, and in that teaser image, you see the fusion dance, but the fingers aren't locked up properly. And there's also been a promotional image of like little keychain figures where it shows like fat Gotenks. So yeah, Gotenks is confirmed, and he's coming, and he's going to be fat. Maybe we'll see normal Gotenks as a teen as well. Who knows? But we're definitely getting fat Gotenks at least. And
so
yeah,
my thought on that is that it's been a time of peace, and that's why they're doing the time jump, because nothing's happened.
Yeah.
And I think they'll just do basically, they've said, And since Broly, there's been a time of peace, and it'll just be the voice narration, and it'll just basically they'll explain it with exposition in about 5 seconds, and that'll be it. And then they'll go to that, and because there's been a time of peace, Goten and Trunks have never had to do the fusion, and because they've not done it in 5 years or so,
probably.
They fail. They do it and they fail, and they get fat Gotenks. And I think that's literally what its suggestion straight away is they're rusty.
Yeah, I think that too. And other characters who have been revealed is Krillin's back, Policeman Krillin, and Android 18 is also there with a new look. She's got a new hairstyle, new outfit. It's looking good. So both of them are also going to be in the film. Don't know what type of role they're going to have, but they're on the main poster now, I guess. So they're going to have some sort of role. So that'll be interesting to see. I guess I forgot her name. Marin will also be older because there's a time skip, so Marin will be a bit older as well. So we'll get to see her probably.
I can't see her doing fighting though.
No, I don't think she'll be doing anything, but she'll probably be in the film at least, looking a bit older. Because she's just a few years younger than Trunks and Goten, but just older than Pan, so it'll be kind of in the middle of them.
Well, she was talking and everything when during by the end of Super.
Yeah, she's only maybe like a year or two younger than Trunks and Goten, so she'll be close to teenage age. So that'll be interesting to see as well. But yeah, I really have no idea what Krillin and 18 could be doing in this film at all.
I think they're just going to be settled down. I'm not expecting a lot from them. I don't think they're going to get that involved.
But then I'm thinking, why would they be on the poster? Because like they're not showing like Tien and Yamcha and everyone else.
Bulma's in the poster though.
Yeah, well, Bulma I can see having a big part because she is this famous scientist. She knew all of the other famous scientists, and Dr. Gero was the main guy in the Red Ribbon Army. And she probably has some sort of relation or knows about these two guys coming in from the Red Ribbon Army. So I can see her being involved, at least to give some information about them or to help with the plans to take them down or whatever, if they're trying to build something or something like that.
18 is 18 as a result of the Red Ribbon Army, though.
This is true. Yeah, this is true. Yeah,
she's what, Azure or something like that beforehand? I can't remember what her original name is. Yeah, Zuli, something like that. Like she had a real name. She wasn't always 18, so she used to wear a jacket that said "ah."
This is true.
And literally, Krillin is just a staple of the series. So I suppose you could literally just say that Krillin's there because he's the staple, and 18's there because she exists within the Red Ribbon. Like, I mean, she never wanted to be really. You can't imagine. I don't think they really explain. She just got kidnapped, didn't she? I mean,
who?
She never.
18?
Yeah, they just got kidnapped, didn't they? To be androids.
I'm not sure.
So long ago.
Sure how 17 and 18 became androids. Yeah, I
think they got kidnapped. I can't remember. I'll have to go check that. But yeah, it could just be that basically anybody referenced back to the Red Ribbon who's in it, who's obviously not Goku because they're not going to be that involved, but he is in the promotional material because he's Goku. Could just be in there.
Yeah,
which would make sense. Yeah. But just to quickly go back to the Cell thing, the voice actor for Piccolo revealed that you recently got a Cell action figure. Except the Cell action figure, the display branding on the box was Dragon Ball Super, not Dragon Ball Z.
Interesting. Okay, so
totally forgot about that. I just remembered that in my last little second.
The only thing I'm thinking though,
he's in it, isn't he? He's got.
Yeah, like I'm thinking this version of Cell is not going to be the same Cell who has the same memories and knows who everyone is. It's going to be a reboot or just a different version who doesn't know Gohan killed him, I guess. Like I can't see it being the same Cell. There's no way. He got completely destroyed. and he is an android. And from that teaser picture, he looks more metallic. So he's definitely more of a robot side of things now, rather than I guess I don't know, more like a bug insect. So yeah, I can see him, you
Yeah,
know, being a different version of Cell, not the same Cell, but probably with all the same
yeah,
mannerisms and stuff.
yeah. I think so. I think it's going to be something along the lines of like he's just going to be a sinister bad guy, and everyone's going to be like, "Oh my god, you're Cell," and he's going to be like, "Okay, I'm going to
Yeah,
kill you now." He's not going to engage on the level like he's just going to be a subservient to the Red Ribbon Army version.
yeah,
I think.
definitely. I can see that too. Like the bio Broly to the Broly films. He's not going to be good. No, he's not going to be around for long, and that's going to be
we
it.
don't talk about that.
Yeah.
We
So
don't talk
before
about
we wrap up this section, I think we've kind of talked about all the characters coming in. Let's both do one wild prediction for the movie. What do you think's gonna happen that hasn't been teased or anything that you could see happening? And yeah, something that could be interesting to see. If you want time to think, I can go first. I have one in mind.
Yeah, I'll let you go first.
All right. So
I'll let you go first.
my wild prediction for this is that obviously it's shown that there's a time jump, and because of this, we know that this movie is set after the end of Dragon Ball Z. So, well, and we know this because at the end of Dragon Ball Z, during the tournament arc, Goten and Trunks are still kids. So, I think at the very, very, very end of this film, we're going to be introduced to Oob, and he's going to make an appearance, and it's going to be like, oh, it's Oob, he's here, and then that's
I
going
knew
to
you were going to say
tease.
that.
That's going to
Second you
tease
spoke
the
about the
next film.
time.
Yeah. So yeah, I think they're going to tease the next film, or if they're planning on bringing the show back or whatever, they're going to tease that. Oh yeah, Oob's actually around now. So that's a thing. um, so yeah, that's my wild prediction.
I think I'm going to sit with that. I think the closest thing I can think that I'm relatively confident might actually happen, that might genuinely happen, is the beam battle between Pan, Gohan, and Gotenks against this new Cell. I think that could genuinely happen, even though there's no indication that it actually might. I think that could be the end of the film and the deciding moment.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that happening definitely, because I also think there's going to be a callback, especially with Cell being shown. Yeah, I think that's probably a strong possibility. If anything, my Oob one might be a bit out there too much, but the Cell beam flash, I can definitely.
No, actually, no, because as soon as you started saying it, and as soon as you started talking about the sky and the time jumps, and because he did say it in Dragon Ball Z, it makes sense. He said, "I will see you in the future." It's not. It is technically canon, arguably.
Yeah, it is.
In a way, yeah. He said, "I'll see you in the future." So there's no reason why it couldn't.
Yeah. Maybe he's on Beerus' planet.
I don't see why it wouldn't.
Yeah. Who knows?
Everyone's just on Beerus' planet. It's got more people on it than Earth by this point.
It's true.